The Last of Us. This series has been near and dear to my heart for a long, long time. It was one of the first video games I ever played, and it's one of the first video games that I fell in love with. I'd recommend it to everyone I met, all my friends, all my partners. I even had my parents watch the show with me when the first season released. I tried to make them play the game, but I mean, boomers are boomers, so they didn't get that into it. But the show was incredibly important to me, and it changed the way I see relationships. Growing up, I mean, the game came out when I was like 13, 14. Right, I'm a dude. I wanted a son, right? I'm gonna have a son, and we're gonna play fucking sports together and shit. He's gonna be just like me. This game kind of opened my eyes to different possibilities. It made me want to have a daughter. The relationship between Joel and Ellie made me want a daughter of my own. It kind of opened my eyes to the possibility of different things. That having a son and a daughter are two very, very different experiences, but the love is all the same. It's just as potent and beautiful. So when Season 1 of the show released, and I watched it episodically, so week over week, I loved it. I thought they did a fantastic job. My favorite episode was with Bill and Frank. The Bill and Frank episode showed that there was still love that you could find in the world. You could still make a life for yourself in this apocalyptic world, even full of death and destruction and hatred. Love still prevailed. I thought it was a great message. Were there things the game did better? Obviously, the original medium of the story is video games, right? So there were certain parts that you could just only really experience by playing the game. Pittsburgh, for one. The actual Pittsburgh sequence, which is sort of turned into Kansas City, I thought that was a low point. I thought the game did that far better. But, all in all, the show was great. So when they released the Season 2 of The Last of Us, I was worried. I had played part 2 of the game. I got it the day it came out. Played through it. It takes like 24 hours. As soon as I was done, I hated it. I tried to return it. I legit tried to return it. I absolutely hated it. Neil Druckmann is an incredibly talented writer, but more than that, he is incredibly egotistical. He is going to write the most grandiose, egotistical dog shit, and if you don't like it, he's just going to tell you that you're too stupid to understand it. That's about how The Last of Us 2 plays out. Killing Joel was an idiotic choice. People loved the game because they loved Joel and Ellie's relationship. Killing Joel made no sense whatsoever. And then the game plays on as that you have to play as Joel's killer. It just didn't work. So I was really worried about Season 2 of the show coming out, because a lot of the fans of the show, in the simplest terms, were normies. They didn't play the game, so they were going into this blind. And a lot of my friends were the same way. They had only seen the shows. They never played the game. So in the back of my head, I knew, okay, Joel's going to die like episode 1. When it did happen, episode 2, most of my friends stopped watching. They didn't care. Because the whole point of the show is between Joel and Ellie, a father and daughter. That's what people loved. And then it gets taken away. Let's just dive into it. First of all, in the actual game, it does a far better job of telling the story. You might not like the story, but it does a far better job. Because the story of The Last of Us 2 was built to be told through a video game. Right? The Last of Us, the original, right? The original is a video game. But you could still change the story and have it told via TV show. That's why it worked so well. It wasn't reliant on gameplay. The Last of Us Part 2 is incredibly reliant on gameplay. Because the whole, gotcha, Joel's dead, that's supposed to play off the fact that you absolutely love Joel and Ellie as a character. You're supposed to feel like part of their family through playing the game. So, right, you get along to it. You're playing the second game as Ellie. You get into Seattle. The day one, right, it's sunny and it's kind of a little lighthearted. And then it gets darker and stormier as it progresses, and you're just slaughtering people on your way to find Abby. There's a video, I'm not even exaggerating, they do like a kill count. Before you even find Nora in the game, Ellie kills something like 200 scars and wolves combined. You're supposed to feel drenched in blood and full of rage by vicariously playing through Ellie. You are enacting your revenge as the player because you love Joel. So as the player, you're vicariously getting revenge for Joel. You're destroying Seattle in your quest for revenge. And it happens perfectly where you kill so many people before you even find all of Abby and her crew. that you start to rethink the revenge. Like, how much is this changing you, you know? You're chasing this white whale, it's like Moby Dick, and you're losing yourself. That's why as the days go on, it's darker and stormer. It's Ellie's descent into darkness, into losing herself. And then you get to the show. And it's just sunshine and rainbows, lollipops. You would think that fucking Dina and Ellie are on a lesbian honeymoon, right? Maybe this is a nitpick, but they're in Seattle, in the middle of a massive war between the Scars and Wolves, but Ellie and Dina are just walking down the middle of the street like nothing's wrong, just fucking sightseeing, pride flags and shit. They're just laughing and giggling and goofing around. The tone is terrible. It's like Ellie doesn't even fucking care. Dina cares more than Ellie cares. And then you get to the part where Ellie is revealed to be immune. Now, this only really works with spores. That's the only proper way to show Ellie is immune, by using spores, because spores are instant, right? You breathe in the spores, you are instantly infected. You start coughing, you start turning, it's instantaneous. That way Dina sees that, and immediately she's like, oh my god, Ellie's immune. Having it being a bite, that doesn't work thematically, as is shown in the game and the show, the actual canon of the show in part 1. Ellie, when she's bit, is locked in a room by the fireflies for a week straight before they believe she's actually immune. As it is shown, people change at different rates, right? If you're bitten, like, on your neck, you're going to turn in a couple hours. If you're bitten on your arm, your stomach, your leg, it takes longer. It could take hours. It could take days. So for Dina to just believe that Ellie is immune after, 12 hours? The existing canon of the show, that flies in the face of everything, because that doesn't prove anything. Ellie could very much still be infected. It's just taking her longer to turn. And oh my god, and then it's like, Ellie's not infected, and then they just have gay sex. Like, whoa, what the fuck? Right, at that point, I gave up completely. I couldn't even give the game the benefit of the doubt. I gave up entirely. Whoever wrote that 5-minute sequence needs to be taken out back like Old Yeller. That was terrible. The whole game is just... The show, oh my god. I thought the showrunners and the writers would learn from the mistakes of the game, but they took their creative liberties, and they made it worse. Because Jesse shows up with Tommy, and you're going through the sequence of them killing all these fucking people and looking for Abby after Nora's dead. Which, by the way, Ellie, like, fakes remorse, like, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. What? This isn't the rage-filled... Part of, like, you're gonna hear a lot of videos, she's supposed to be angry and full of rage. And a lot of normies are gonna say, like, what's that matter? Who cares? Part of Ellie being this, like, hyper-independent revenge monster, it's supposed to be a parallel to Joel. That she became Joel. Which is a plot point the showrunners acknowledge by the therapist scenes where she says, is Ellie just becoming like her father? Is Ellie just acting like Joel? Is Ellie a product of Joel? Right? So they touch on this plot point and then completely destroy the existing gameplay and plot that supported it. It doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Ellie's like a moron. Dina and Jesse have to, like, drag her through the quest. Like, come on, Ellie, get it together. Start making better decisions if you want to get revenge. It just... I can see the writing on the wall because I know that Druckmann's going to try and do some, like, subverting expectations when Season 3 comes out. Mark my words. Save this video. Subscribe. I don't even know. Save my name. Come back to this when Season 3 comes out. They're going to do a gotcha moment where Abby, Yara, and Lev all meet up. They go on a quest or whatever. And then Lev is abducted by the Scars. They take him back and they're going to execute him. But at this point, Ellie comes back to try and get a revenge or something. And she runs into Abby and Yara. And Ellie beats her in a fight. And before she gets her revenge, Abby says, like, something about Lev. Like a fucking Batman versus Superman. Lev! He's got Lev! And then Ellie's going to see the comparison between Abby and Joel. And herself and Lev just be like, I forgive you. I know why you did it. Let's go save Lev. And then they're going to team up and save Lev. And then Abby and Lev become the new Joel and Ellie. And they part ways. I promise you that's what Druckmann is going to do. I literally fucking promise you. Because he's that predictable. He's that egotistical. And if you don't like it, he's just going to tell you you're egotistical and biased. And that you're a bigot and you just don't understand good writing.